On YouTube. I'm Rocket Admin Sai. I'm the coach of the Grand Rapids Rhydons. I'll be playing in the Pokemon Battle Community Tournaments and Draft League. Draft League. I should probably really have thought that out when I named the league. Uh, what Draft League is? Draft League is like fantasy football, but with Pokemon. Everyone only gets one Mega. We ban certain Pokemon like Mega Alakazam, Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Gengar, and Mew and Melmetal. We banned those Pokemon in order to make the game a little more competitive. We didn't want one person just getting a super powerhouse Pokemon and just running shop. So going into the draft, I was third overall pick. Uh, Starmie was picked first. Zapdos was picked second. There were Pokemon I was thinking about, but not enough to pick them in the first three picks. My first pick, you can see it right here on the screen. It's my beautiful, beautiful shiny Beedrill. I picked Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is the second fastest Pokemon in the Let's Go series within our rule set. Electrode is the only thing that's faster than Beedrill. Beedrill has a fantastic move pool, fantastic typing. There's not a very good many answers to this Pokemon. It can two-hit KO just about everything in the format. I do have to watch out for Pokemon like Aerodactyl has a very good matchup against me, but there's a few others. But I think I can definitely make Mega Beedrill work with its a fantastic speed, fantastic attack stat. I do need to be careful with Stealth Rocks. You know, it is the ultimate glass cannon, but I think just being able to outspeed so many Pokemon in this format, I think it was definitely worthy of a first round pick. My second pick overall, I picked Blastoise. I picked up Blastoise because it does complement my Beedrill pick. As I mentioned, Aerodactyl is one of the best Pokemon that can stop my Beedrill from putting in work. I picked up Blastoise because it is that fantastic bulky water type Pokemon every team really needs in a draft league. Blastoise also has access to priority moves in this game, such as Fake Out and Aqua Jet. Also has some utility moves as well. It can use Earthquake. It can also run Dark Pulse for those Psychic types, Ice Beam for the Dragons and Grass types. So I'm very happy with Blastoise. I do think I picked it maybe a little bit early, but it is a fantastic Pokemon. I think it'll put in a great amount of work for me. Third pick overall. We picked up Clefable. Why Clefable? As you know, there's 9 teams in this league, right? So every 3 teams that'll make a division. The two other teams in my division are the Charizards and the Caterpies. The Charizards, with their first 2 picks, they picked Dragon types. So they picked Megazord X and they picked up Dragonite. So I picked up Clefable. Clefable prevents them from clicking Outrage against me. Clefable is also just a very good Stealth Rock setter. It also has very utility moves such as Thunder Wave, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Moonblast. It can run the Psychic, it can run the Flamethrower, and Fire Blast as well. I think it'll be very useful as a defensive wall, and it's very can also be used a little bit as an offensive Stealth Rock setter. It has a pretty good special attack, so people might sleep on that. So, but I think Cable will be very useful. I also think it's a very good Mega Gyarados check as well. So, Fable, welcome to the team, or Tinkerbell as I like to call her, or him. All right, we picked up Machop, Mr. John Cena. You can't see me. I definitely think that nickname helps him moves miss. But we picked John Cena. We picked up Machamp mostly because of the team in our division. The Caterpies picked up Snorlax and Lapras and Blastoise and Mega Blastoise. Those 3 Pokemon are very, very bulky. Machamp can really put in some work against them. Low Kick Superpower does a bunch of damage to both Lapras and Snorlax. And also, Low Kick does almost the same amount of damage as Thunder Punch does to Mega Blastoise. So I think Machamp will be definitely useful in that matchup. Also has all the elemental punches. It has access to bulk up for boosting its stats. Earthquake's a great coverage move as well. So I'm very happy with Machamp. I think he'll be brought most matches. Some matches he might not have the best matchup. So, but I also think it'll also be useful for a counter to Mega Gyarados as well. I think Mega Gyarados is going to be a threat in this format. I almost picked it myself, so I think Machamp will help me out in that way. Alright, we picked Venomoth. Why did we pick Venomoth? First off, it's a fantastic shiny. Come on, it looks awesome, right? Also, Venomoth is a sleep powder user. I think it's the fastest sleep powder user, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Basically, Venomoth comes in on anything that's slower than it, so anything below base 90. Venomoth clicks Sleep Powder, we click Quiver Dance, then we put 2 coverage moves on and we win. Venomoth has a fantastic move pool with moves like Bug Buzz, Psychic. Also gets Mega Drain. It also gets Sludge Bomb as well for stab. But mainly, Sleep Powder Quiver Dance. Sleep Powder Quiver Dance. And I really think we can put in some work with this Pokemon and sweep some teams with it. I do think it's kind of a threat that nobody really took too seriously. It is my second bug poison type Pokemon, so I did think about trading it. I really wanted a Shell Smasher, but we'll stick with it for now. We'll see if other teams value it in the future. We picked up Golem. Golem is our rock ground type Pokemon. It's just mostly it's gonna be a stealth rock setter. It also is gonna be useful to stop Pokemon like Alolan Raichu, regular Raichu, Jolteon, and Electrode. Electrode's the only Pokemon in the game that can outspeed my Mega Beedrill. It has moves like Rock Slide, Earthquake. Earthquake's like I think it's the second strongest stab Earthquake in the game. I think Rhydon's has a little more offensive capabilities, but I think Golem has better special defense. It also has moves like Explosion. It can also learn Thunder Punch, which I think could be a lot of fun as well to predict those Rock type Pokemon to come in on me, or Water type. Correction, sorry. I picked Golem up mostly as a Stealth Rock setter and Electric immunity. I think it was a pretty good pick for when I picked it. Other people I thought it was gonna get picked before. Some people picked I think the Charizards they picked up a Alolan Golem, which I just don't think is as good at all. But we have Golem on the team. Welcome to the team. Next pick, we picked Electabuzz. Why did we pick Electabuzz? Electabuzz is 105 base speed. Anything in this draft league that's above 100 base speed is going to be very, very useful. It has a pretty good move pool. It does lack some of its. It doesn't have the highest attack, doesn't have the highest special attack, but with its speed, I think it can really be useful as a late game cleaner. It gets moves like it can run Light Screen, it can run Teleport, it can run Psychic, it can run Thunderbolt, Ice Punch, it can run what do you call it? Low Kick as well, like Machamp. Uh, I think Electabuzz was a worthy pick for when I picked it. I really did want a fast electric type on my team. It also outspeeds Pokemon like Dragonite. It hits it with an Ice Punch to the face, and also Thunderbolt does a pretty good chunk to Mega Blastoise. So I think it'll be very useful. It's probably going to be more of a fill-in Pokemon. It's not going to be in every bring to every match, but I definitely think I can make it work. Alolan Raticate. First off, everyone's like, "Oh, why do you pick Alolan Raticate? It's awful." Not when there's a Alakazam in my division. Alolan Raticate's a Dark type Pokemon, which are few and far between in this format. It's not the best one. Alolan Mutt got picked in like the second round, so we picked up Raticate. Sucker Punch. That's the main reason why. Sucker Punch lets it outspeed with priority, and it can one-shot a Zam. Also has moves like Crunch, U-Turn, Super Fang, which are pretty situational. U-Turn can be used to predict the switch out. Super Fang can be used against those Rock type Pokemon or fighting type Pokemon that really stop my Eradicate. Super Fang just does half damage to whatever comes in. It also gets access to Swords Dance. Swords Dance Eradicate is a threat, so maybe we'll have to try one of those variants out in this league. Kadabra. Kadabra, I'm very proud of this pick. This was one of my last picks in the draft. Kadabra was mostly picked because it's basically Alakazam, but not quite as good. By that I mean it has a 105 speed, so it's very fast. It has a 120 special attack, which cannot be slept on. Kadabra does lack defense and it does lack the HP, but it's a very fast Pokemon that if I can outspeed you, I get to unload a bunch of damage on you. With moves like Psychic, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, it does have Calm Mind and Substitute. It can also run Protect, Disable. It can be a very useful Pokemon on my team. It can be really interesting, and I think it's going to be kind of a surprise pick. People aren't going to see it coming, and all of a sudden they're going to be like, holy cow, this thing's faster than me, and it hits like a truck. So, welcome to the team Kadabra. My last pick. Originally, this pick was Ivysaur. I thought it might be nice to have a Pokemon that's immune to Sleep Powdered, but after running damage calcs, Ivysaur is just not very that useful. So I did end up picking up a flying type. I picked Pharaoh up mostly because I feared Earthquake. Pharaoh has some pretty interesting moves like Drill Run, U-Turn, Drill Peck, and Agility. Also, I might try to bring a few different sets here and there. It does have access to the move Mirror Move, which, if you don't know what that does, is let's say a Dragonite's in on me, right? Dragonite clicks Outrage. I click Protect. Outrage fails. So I click Mirror Move, and I get to use Outrage on a Dragonite. So I think that could be really cool. Also, it can with the moves like Drill Run and Drill Peck, they are a priority crit move, like so like they have an extra chance of critting. So if I run the move Focus Energy, those moves will have a 2/3 chance of critting, which will help make up for the 90 physical attack of Pharaoh. 100 base speed is pretty good. So I think it could be a useful mon here and there against a few different teams for a few different matchups. But that is our team. I beg you to please subscribe to the YouTube channel and my Twitch, where I'll be trying to upload all my games. And I am Coach Rocket Admin Sai. Thank you for checking out the Grand Rapids Ride On page.